YMC Dartford. Welcome to the 45th episode of Panorama to UCL, starring Dartford FC and the start of season 12, starring Dartford and me. As you can see, why did I open the club profile page? Youth recruitment, first class. Youth facilities and training facilities, not that much, but we are working towards the well, youth facilities have been rejected, but the training facilities have not. We improved the youth recruitment. We have first class youth recruitment. Do we have youth prospects that we bought ourselves? The answer is a staggering no. Because it is the start of the season, we shall first go through the transfers, right? Our preseason went very well. We've had some fairly big wins, some not so great wins, but overall, I think we performed admirably, at least for as far as preseason friendlies go. So, keeping that in mind, let's see whom we bought and sold. Let's go to the release players first. A lot of young players. I mean, three young players that will never make it. We released Arthur on a free. He went to Norwich in the championship. Now, he's been great for us, but yeah, he hasn't made the league appearance since for the last three seasons. So it didn't make any sense to just keep him around. We got him for 3 mil. I think in the first season in the Prem he was good, but afterwards he kind of fizzled out. So yeah, was it money well spent? I honestly think so. I think it was money very well spent. Now, to the real transfers. We sold Ibarra to Everton for 26 mil up to 30. Now, he's valued very highly. I think that is a little bit misleading. He's honestly not that great if you look at him. He never really improved. He's been with us since he was 18, and in those years, he never really improved. He came on a free. To be able to sell him for this much means that we made a huge profit of him. He has always been a squad player at best. His only caveat was that he is very versatile. But besides versatility, nothing really stands out. Maybe his physicals, like his speed, but that's about it. It made sense just to get rid of him, and we got ourselves a huge profit of the transfer. We sold Gallagher, we released Gallagher, and he went to Swansea in the championship, where he already started playing. That's nice. He's valued very lowly. I mean, he's a good defender. He's not a great defender and not someone I can build a team around. For that reason, he has been released. Now, we sold Vicos next to Bologna in Serie A for 35 mil. Basically, we made 10 times as much as we spent on him, and it could rise even to 40.5 million. Now, he's been a very good rotational option throughout the years. And the last year, he actually played a lot of football. He was consistent, he was okay, but when this kind of offers comes around, you have to take it. I mean, I certainly took it. His mentals are crazily good, his physicals are good, but he never really shone for us. And for that reason and that reason only, I felt like I needed to just sell him basically. Did I make a mistake? Oh, I hope not. I really hope not, but we'll see down the line, I guess. We have much better options at the club currently, and I feel like 26 years old, he came for just little money. It made a lot of sense to sell him. Next up, we have Li Chun, the what you call it, the Chinese striker that we signed for 7.5 mil from Torino. He has played as a starter in the first season, then kind of fizzled out. And for that reason, I tried to offer him for 50 mil. Al Ittihad came for 37 mil. I just took their money and never looked back. He's valued quite much higher than I would think he's worth. He's really a very average player. When you compare him to Hanko, our sort of prospect whom I didn't find a replacement for, as a complete forward, there's not a huge difference between them. and Hanko is 1 year older, or not older, the other thing, younger. And given that the only reason I kept Lichun around was because of his model citizen personality, but at the end of the day, look at how much money he's on at Al Ittihad. Let that sink in. He's half a million per week. Yeah, a very good move for him as well. That's that's. I mean, I just when I look at the wage, I just think about how I could spend that money, and I have no idea how to spend that much money. That's crazy for me. We loaned Al Maliki to Charlton in the championship. Maybe he can improve. He's a step above what he was at last year at Ligue 2, a second league in France. We loaned out Vuk to Rangers on a first team regular basis. I think he can improve there, and when he comes back from the loan, we will probably sell him for a profit. We loaned Portillo to Aberdeen. He's gonna be released at the end of his contract, so nothing else to talk about. Saidi, nobody wanted to come in for him, so it just made sense to get rid of him as well. We initially started the loan move. Maybe we can sell him further down the line. I mean, next transfer window probably. And that's about it for the first team players. And we also promoted this guy from the under 21st. He doesn't look like much. We loaned him out to Maidenhead in the Van Arma National. Hopefully he can improve a little bit. His value might shoot up a little bit and we can sell him for a profit. Hopefully. He is our own prospect, so he's not that great. Did we sell anybody during this winter? This window. Not winter. What the fuck? It's August. Nope, nobody. Now, signings. Signings. We love signings. First of all is Miguel from Chivas. I cannot do that. That is an Aztec name. The Aztec. We signed the Aztec from Chivas, and he is our new starting left wing back on attack. Comparing him to Luca. Now, Luca was our starter, right? Luca is better defensively, but Miguel, the Aztec, is so much better in the attacking phases of the game. And that's what I want from him. Initially, I thought maybe I could play him as an inside forward on the left-hand side. And that would have made sense. But his off the ball is poor, his work rate is poor, his composure is poor, so it didn't really make sense. Now, as a wingback on attack, however, he looks crazily good, and wingbacks are rare. Very good wingbacks are even rarer. Keeping that in mind, it makes sense to play him here. If he doesn't perform, I will explore this option. We'll see. But 8 million for him, he's already valued at 50 mil. Worst case scenario, we will sell him for a huge profit. Worst case scenario. Next up, we signed Delstrom from Hammarby. I needed a new backup goalkeeper, and I wanted a younger option. This guy is 21. He can still improve. He will be here for a couple of years. We only paid 1.6 mil for him. Worst case scenario, again, we sell him for a profit, and probably we will sell him down the line. Depending on how much he improves. He has driven personality, 19 determination. I am expecting great things from him, at least development wise. If not, then we just sell him. We will leave this transfer for the last. Next up, we signed Sam Brush. I needed a new backup wingback on attack on the right hand side, and this guy really fits the bill. Young English player, 19, huge potential. Yes, he's not ready for the Premier League, so probably I will just give him some game time here and there, and eventually see him transition into a proper squad option before hopefully becoming a starter. If his potential is true. If his potential is really true, he can be an amazing signing. He is resolute, 15 determination, fairly consistent player. I don't know. We'll see. We only paid 11 mil for him without any additional fees. So, yeah, from Coventry, whom we defeated in the Carabao Cup final. I think he can be a great addition, and he is an English under 19s international, so maybe that was one of the reasons I signed him. Next up, we have David Slama from the Czech Republic. Wonder kid, 19 years old, already 12 caps for the Czech national team, one goal scored by him already. He looks very good. Now, I'm training him in quickness, but everything else looks fantastic. His mentals are crazily good, his technicals are good, his physicals are decent. If he can improve, he will be great for us. And we really only paid 8 mil for him. Keeping that in mind, he's already valued at 30 something mil, let's say. And he's only on 49k per week for how many years? For 4 years. So, good deal off the back of it, I think. Now, moving on to the big signing on the block. From Brighton, 75 mil. I showed this guy for the last 2 seasons. He will be our new starting attacker. As a false nine, yes, we made some tactical tweaks. We'll see how it goes. But basically, he will be our next striker. Just 17 off the ball, 16 vision, 17 composure, 16 finishing, dribbling, long shots are very good. Everything about him screams crazily good player. And we paid a lot of money for him, granted. He cost us an arm and a leg. But I think he can be one of the best strikers and players we ever had. Like he's really that good. 75 mil really is not a steal. It's a lot of money, but I think he is worth it and much more. He will be playing as a false nine, drawing opposition players and making room for Kosic and Gary to be the new attacking outlets. And Cooper as well, moving forward from that box to box mid position and role, rather. Now, these are all the transfers I've made thus far. I'm also revamping the staff department, especially the scouting one. You can look at the coaching staff. We have the best coaching staff in the entire Premier Division, which again is crazily good. It's something that I never thought I'd be in the position in, but I am now, and it's fucking amazing. Um, in terms of transfers, we still have one transfer waiting a work permit, and is this guy. Now, another right back, I know what you're thinking. Hear me out. The problem is we don't really have players who are trained at club. We only have, I think, Tehera. Everyone else is trained in nation at best. I need to bring on 18 years old and integrate them into the club a little bit so that they can get that huge status that will help us in the European competitions. So I'm spending 8 mil on this guy. I think it's 8 mil. No, 5 mil on this guy. He is well worth more than 5 mil. And if we sign him at 18, we will be keeping him training with the first squad, but available for the under 21st. We will get him that status, and depending on Brush's performance, we might even play him ahead of Brush. We'll see. But the main point is getting more players that are trained at club. That is my hope and aspiration for us moving forward. Try to create an academy of sorts, something that we currently do not have, and will be great having in the future. This is what we're gonna do. The only position I wanted to strengthen in truly, but again with 19 mil it's pretty hard, is finding a very good defensive mid. I couldn't find anybody even as good as Frank for less than 40 something mil. So because of that, I decided to just invest in the youth a little bit and see where that takes us. Frank has been consistent throughout the years for us. I really don't think we should be changing him. He's not great. He's not Champions League material, but he does a job and he does it decently. He fits my system. He is a very physical player, and that's what I want in that position. Keeping that in mind, he will start for us starting the season, unless a better option becomes available by some dark magic. Now, looking at the squad, we have changed it a little bit with Velasquez now playing as a false nine and Kosic moving into the inside forward on the right position. Other changes, well, not changes. Let's go to the squad and we'll talk about the changes as we go to them. Bazunu is our starting goalkeeper. He is good. I would have wanted an improvement, but they all costed upwards of 40 mil, and I cannot just justify spending that much. Tejera and Barbosa are going to start the seasons as center backs on defend. Actually, no, let's switch them to ball playing defenders. Barbosa, ball playing defender, he can do the role there. He has good technique, poor passing and first touch, but we'll see how that goes. But he's a very good player. Mentally, he's crazily good. Physically, he's good as well, but mentally, he shines. And Tejera as well. Tejera is i- my best player defensively, I think. He's very good. He's very highly valued, over 100 mil, and for good reasons. His physicals are nothing short of extraordinary. His mentals might need some working, but his marking is crazily good. We have our new man, the Aztec, on the left-hand side as a wingback on attack. Again, very good signing. I'm really thrilled to see how he'll be performing this season. Stewart retains his position on the right-hand side. I I searched for replacements for him, couldn't find any that are much better, so decided to stick with him. Our Northern Irish defender, I wanted to say something cooler, but nothing comes to mind. He's highly valued, nobody will be paying that much for him. Frank retains his spot at defensive mid, and in the midfield we have Michel Delattre, our Belgian ambitious wonder kid, who looks amazing, amazing, amazing technicals, very good mentals, and very good physicals. He will be crucial for us this season, I feel like, and if he improves, then he'll be even better. Cooper, starting as a box to box, makes a lot of sense. He is very good, both physically, mentally, and technically. He is wanted, but I don't think anybody will be triggering that release clause. We'll see. Down the line, I will try and replace him. Not today, maybe not next year, in 2 years or 3 years' time. Kosic will be starting as an inside forward on the right hand side. He makes a lot of sense to be played there. He's very fast. He's off the ball is very good. His dribbling, finishing, and first touch are out of this world. Maybe his work rate needs some work. Eh? Maybe his work rate needs some work, but other than that, he's amazing. Initially, I thought about playing Velasquez on the left hand side, but then his speed really lacks, and as a false nine, he is much better, and he will look to actively involve Kosic and Gary um, from the inside forward positions. The last player that surprisingly is a starter for this season, and I've talked about him a little bit at the end of last season, is Gary. Gary on paper is very good. He's not only a pace merchant. So he's not only a pace merchant. He has crazy good pace and agility. He has 15 off the ball. Dribbling and first touch are very good. His technique is crazily good. His corner taking amazing. His crossing ability fantastic. Then his composure needs some work, but other than that, I think he is starter material. And he is undervalued in my opinion. I would pay for him much more. I would pay upwards of 60 mil for him. I mean, I wouldn't, but I hope other teams would. I don't have any other options. Morales has been dropped to the bench. He never really played that well for us. He was consistent, yes, but that's about it. Nothing great about him. Nothing great to say. He didn't shine. Puentes has been very hot and cold usually. He looks decent, but nothing to write home about. Malin, again, Wonder Kid, he will continuously improve. At the end of the day, I felt that Gary is just a much better option. If we compare these two, I mean, Gary is just better, in my personal opinion, of course. Henko will be starting this season. He looks very good. Decent Skybed League One player. I think he is very, very, very underrated. And I've seen that this can happen because he is accomplished at uh, defensive mid. He would be a good regista, but as a complete forward, I think he is just very good. He's a very good option to have, much better than Lichun ever was for us, and I'm curious to see how he'll perform. For Blackburn, he was decent last season. Hopefully, he will improve a little bit. I am looking to actively sell him if I can find a better prospect as a striker. I found some, but the affordable ones wanted crazy wages, upwards of 60K per week, which I cannot really afford for a young prospect that's barely gonna play. So keeping that in mind, we still have Hanko. Baby is just not improved at all. If anybody comes in for with a good offer, I will probably buy their hands off and take the money. Maybe buy a new prospect. We'll see. Luca has been relegated to the bench. Again, I still rely on him. He's still very good, but he's nothing compared to the Aztec. The Aztec is just so much better, and Luca is 27 years old and on quite huge wages. So if an offer comes for him, let's say 70 mil, 75 mil, that will be very hard to refuse. And honestly, I would not refuse that much money. Ngura has been relegated to a very substitute role. He will be a backup player at best. I'm still keeping him for his jumping reach, but that's about everything he can offer for me. Still highly valued. Maybe we'll try and sell him if anybody interesting comes in January. I'm keeping him around because he is at the end of the day a team leader, and I want to see how he performs from that new substitute uh, role and position. I mean, he's not it. Honestly, he's not it. He's decent at best, but nowhere near the bench's quality, in my opinion. Pellegrino, I've talked at length about him and how much I hate him. He will be the substitute of the substitute, only playing cup games. Hopefully, I don't have to start him in the Prem or in the Champions League ever again. He's been in the first season when we signed him, he was very good. Last season, again, he was very solid for us, but he had so many fucking blunders in such high stakes games that I cannot justify playing him ever again, and he has been declining like crazy. Probably at the end of this contract, I will release him. I mean, I sure will release him at the end of this contract. He's on huge wages that he doesn't justify. He's a highly influential player, but at the same time, I cannot justify playing. Then, that being said, I think we can safely go and play our first game of the of the new season. Pellegrino will have to be put on the bench. I'm really curious to see how my new false nine will actually be playing. I haven't done any tests in the preseason, so it will be a first for all of us. Let us see and rejoice at the prospect. They're playing a 4-4-2 Brentford. I think we've beaten them every time we've played, at least in recent years. Let's see how Velasquez starts this season. Kelmer, my friend. Theoretically, I feel like our system should allow for enough space. Well, then I guess we'll have to see. We were lucky. Cooper with a free kick. Cooper in the box. Kosic misses a huge header, but he scores a rebound. Very good assist by Frank. And can it be off? I don't think he was off. No, he cannot have been off. It was disallowed. Why? When Frank did the tackle, Kosic was a little off. Oh, Christ. Velasquez now with a free kick. Can he score it? No, he passes. Cooper scores. Very good pass by Tejera. Now, was he on? I want to say that he was on. Frankly, I don't know. Awarded. Let's go. Very nice. Very simple free kick by Velasquez and very nice pass by Tejera. Now we are on the attack again. Cooper to Tejera. Tejera to Stewart. Stewart, Kosic. Kosic now with the ball. Tehera to Frank. Frank to Delatre. Barboza to Delatre. Delatre passes to. Oh, the Aztec loses the ball. Stewart now takes control of the ball, passes into space for Kosic. Kosic, he tried to play Velasquez in, but failed the pass. Somehow the ball found its way back to him, and he smashed it home. Now, one thing that I'm noticing and I don't really like is both both Velasquez and Delatre seem to be inconveniencing each other. Let's keep that in mind, or rather under review. Maybe it was just maybe it just happened that time. But theoretically, it shouldn't, right? They're very close to each other, sure. Kosic on the right-hand side, he gets tackled. Velasquez passes it back to Velasquez scores on his debut, nonetheless. I do not care. It's a goal. Was he lucky? Yes, very. Did he score? Yes, he did. End of story. I mean, Velasquez passes it very nicely to Kosic, and Kosic back to Velasquez. Velasquez would have missed the shot. Well, let's go. Not go into that detail, right? He scored. That's all there is to it. I will possibly even bring on Brush. Maybe even Hanko. I'm happy with the performance, to be fair. They've done nothing. They had only one chance. Cooper now with the ball. Cuts inside. He tries a shot that. I mean, the fans probably are happy that they caught a ball shot by Cooper. I am less happy. Nothing is happening right now. Okay, they are on the attack. Oh, something is happening. Can we get the ball back? Why didn't Velasquez run towards it? Well, we'll see. After this highlight, I think we will make some subs. I think we have to make some subs. Not that we will. We have to make some subs after this highlight. Cooper to Barboza. Barboza now to Delatre. Delatre brings the ball forward, passes it wide to Kosic. Kosic cuts inside. He tries a shot. He tried a shot. It didn't amount to nothing, but let's. Whom do I want to bring on? I think I want to bring on Brush. I have to bring on Morales as well. Possibly Kosic for Malin? And let's bring on Puentes as well. And why not Hanko as well? Just to no, let's not do the last sub. Let's keep it for later. I want to see Brush making his debut, and I think Hanko a little later, like right now. Let's bring on Hanko and see what he has to offer for us. How cool would a goal on his debut be? He never played for us. He just we bought him and he went straight on loan. So I didn't see anything from him. Brush is doing nothing, but nothing is better than something bad. The Aztec to Puentes. The Aztec tries the first time cross, didn't really make it. Puentes cuts inside. What a goal! Whoa. Okay. I If I knew Puentes does that, I wouldn't have signed the lottery. That's a lie. I would have signed him either way. Very good dribbling and the finish. He's better than half my strikers. I mean, I have two strikers. He's better than both, I think, in that regard. Very good performance. We start very strongly. 4-0 bashing of Brentford. Kosic was very good. He deserved to just rest a little bit. Puentes with an amazing goal. Holy cow, was it a good goal. And I think this will be all for today. Just a little small episode to let you know how we started the season, how we will be lining up for the season, see our first game of the season basically, and yep, we will probably be back around October. United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, City in quick succession. That might be interesting. So, see you in October and love you guys. See you in October. Bye. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. See you.